am I speaking to right now?
Cameron.
My name's
Cameron.
Cam Buford.
Hey, it's Peter Rosenberg. I'm hanging on my man Cameron Buford.
We got some good questions today.
I'm a Dolphin fan.
There's always room for improvement.
I'm more a fan of boxing. Boxing is my main sport.
All we want to see every year are the best two muggers getting in the ring and getting on.
I got some of this for you.
Goodness. For me?
Yeah, just for you.
Think about it like this: the promoter pays the fighter, the fighter pays the manager.
Okay.
So the manager works for the fighter, and the fighter works
Work for the promoter. Okay.
So you are lifting weights currently?
When he said it's easier to score in the NBA versus Europe, did you agree with them?
To me, it's easy to score all over the world.
Can I finish? Do you want me to speak or do you want to conduct the interview and answer for me? Which one?
What do you think about this upcoming?
Aaron, like I was saying before.
Aaron, what has the game of baseball taught you?
One of the biggest things is being humble.
Can you give a message to the kids to kind of persevere through the false teachings they may be giving?
Patience.
Okay.
Patience.
As the show Voice of the
Oh
Fans
my goodness!
continues
gracious.
to evolve,
Come on, you were adding some spice to it.
it is strictly banter back and forth between myself and Cameron Buford.
I enjoy all of it.
The real ones know what's going on, right?
Never mind.
Go watch the tape. Go watch the tape, and then you tell me if it was all about just a system.
You look like a buffoon.
Go do your research. Go do your study.
I'm not caught up to you guys yet. I do
Real, real surprised at that, Ken.
Hey, come here. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, this guy.
That's what's good in sports, man. It's the big Snoop Dogg, man.
That's what's good in sport.
Thank you for making our voice your choice.
If you haven't told your girlfriend about the show, tell her about the show. If you haven't told your boyfriend about the show, tell him about the show. If you haven't told your cousin, your uncle, your grandfather about the show, let everybody know about the Voice of the Fans podcast.
Hey, man, thanks for making our voice your choice. You know how we do. Yeah.
What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? Thank you guys for tuning in to the Voice of the Fans podcast. This is your man, Cam, once again up here in the Northwest, coming to you in September. Guys, this year has gone by so fast. Did you guys get everything you want to get accomplished this year? I sure did. I'm still in the midst of kind of working through some stuff, but hopefully you guys got some things done. We're in the last quarter of the year. You guys got to tighten it up. If you haven't done it already, you got to tighten it up and get it done. But thank you guys for tuning in to the Voice of the Fans podcast. Tonight, we're going to recap week 1 in the NFL. We're going to talk about the bombshell NBA news. We're going to get into the Major League Baseball MVP race. We're going to talk a little bit about that, surprisingly enough. And that actually includes, surprisingly to everybody, includes the Seattle Mariners. So I'm kind of excited to have this conversation. It's a big weekend, fans. It's finally here. Canelo versus Crawford is this weekend. Crawford versus Canelo is this weekend. Who do you guys have winning this fight? I'm going to give you my prediction a little later on, but who do you have winning the fight? It's here on Saturday. I'm a little salty. I'm not in Vegas right now, but life is what it is. So can't be too upset. But who do you have winning this fight this weekend? It's going to be a hell of a match. Crawford going up 2 weight classes to take on Canelo. The class of boxing. I'm gonna get into it later, but it's gonna be a heck of a fight that you guys don't want to miss. And it's on Netflix, so it's only gonna cost you $8 to watch the fight. Unless you go out somewhere else, it's only gonna cost $8. So we'll talk about that a little later. Happy Wednesday, Barry. Happy Wednesday to you, Chief. Thanks for tuning in to the Voice of the Fans podcast. We appreciate you. And if you guys can and you're willing, hit that subscribe button. You see, I got a lot of growth to achieve, and you hitting the like button, you hitting that share button is going to help with the growth. So if you appreciate the content that we can continuously give you, please hit that like button, hit that share button if you're really confident and you like what the content that we bring to you. Guys, let's jump right into it. The NFL season started, obviously, with Thursday Night Football. It had the Eagles and the Cowboys. how bizarre was that game where Carter didn't even finish. He didn't even play in the game. He didn't take a snap in the game. I'm watching it because I missed the first 10 minutes. I think I missed the first drive, the Cowboys' first drive of the game, and so I didn't see what happened. I just noticed the Dallas Cowboys was going up and down the field on the Eagles. And I'm like, hold on. Jalen Carter can't be in the game with this happening. I didn't hear about him being injured. I didn't hear about, disqualification. I didn't hear anything about that until second quarter. I'm just noticing, like, dude is not in the game. What happened? And then I went to Twitter, and then I saw the spitting incident. I'm like, oh, okay. Then it was, do they suspend him? I'm like, dude, come on, man. Carter, bro. You dropped in the draft because of off-the-field incidents, because of poor decision-making. That you cost yourself millions of dollars. I mean, obviously, what is $2 million versus $10 million? I mean, I guess that's a couple houses and a couple boats, but that's about where he's at. He went from making $10 million a year as a number 1 draft pick, number 1, 2, or 3 draft pick, to probably making about $2 million a year, and he won a Super Bowl. He's still a factor. He's going to get re-signed, but it's like, dude, come on, man. Why bring this on yourself? And you spit on. Oh my goodness, it's funny. It's comical. You spit on the highest paid player in the NFL in Brazil with all the eyes watching you. Now you guys are Super Bowl champs, so all the eyes are going to be on you anyway. But you decide to spit on the quarterback of the opposing team in week 1? Carter, yeah, you needed a break, bro. It cost you nearly 57, nearly 58,000. I bet you don't spit on nobody again. I bet you don't have another loogie in your mouth that's worth 60 grand. Nonetheless, so I noticed that the Cowboys were walking up and down the field on the Eagles without Carter in the game. Our guy CD dropped 3 critical passes in the game. Also, 3 critical passes in the game that, you can't say those weren't touchdown. It wasn't the go-ahead touchdown winning catch that he dropped, but it was a couple drops that put him in red zone, put him in the red zone and put him in scoring position. Huge drops in a big game. I mean, the Cowboys played well. They played inspired ball. I think the Cowboys are going to be like, that team that plays when their star is injured. And everybody steps up, everybody picks up the slack and play extra hard. I think that's how the Cowboys are going to play this year. They play pretty impressive football. If not for those drops, they probably do win that game. The Eagles we're questioning the Eagles, how they party too hard, et cetera, et cetera. But it was a really good game. Kudos to the Eagles. They look like champions. Again, the Cowboys had a chance to win, except for the drop passes. Probably would have put them in a good position to win. A lightning delay did hold up the game, but I don't think that really stopped the game. Jalen Hurts looked phenomenal, moving the ball. And Jalen Hurts is a quarterback that you can't look at. You don't want to look at Jalen Hurts' numbers to quantify his effectiveness. Some guys are like that. You just can't look at his numbers to say he was effective or ineffective. Jalen Hurts was very effective, moving the ball up and down the field. That's all you want to do. Get first downs. Strike when the iron's hot when you get close. And Jalen Hurts does that pretty well. And that's going to keep the Eagles in winning mode and keep them winning games. I think what are they, 15 straight wins they have? That's rather impressive, I'd say. Friday we had the Chiefs and the Chargers. I had the Chiefs in this game. Justin Herbert came out killing. A lot of people say this is the best they've seen him, but you haven't been watching Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert had big time passing games. Just didn't always equate into a W. This one, he passed the ball, he ran the ball. They had a good running game. They complementary defense. They played complementary football. The Chargers did. So that was a really good team win for the Chargers. And I think It's hard to say that a message was sent in week 1, but in this case, I think the Chargers did send the Chiefs a message that we're ready to compete. The question has been with Herbert, with some of the talent that they've had in years past, can they compete with the class of the division, the class of the NFL, the best quarterback that we have all seen in Patrick Mahomes? Well, the Chargers showed last week that they can. Now, can they continue that? They're going to play their division nemesis of the Raiders next week, so it's going to be another good game. We'll see how they fare in that game, where they will be the favorite in that game. Let me see. I know they're favorite. Let me see. Do I have the list of what they're favored by? Because I know they're favored in that game. The Chargers are favored by 3.5 in that game, so I knew they were favored. But that was a good win for the Chargers. Kudos to them to pulling out that back-to-back back-and-forth thriller against the AFC representative in the Super Bowl. Kudos to them. And we'll see how they fare for the rest of the season, starting with their nemesis next week in the Raiders. The Buccaneers and the Falcons. I personally didn't expect much from the Falcons quarterback. I think it's going to take him Penix. I think it's going to take him a minute to get ready. Baker Mayfield, on the other hand, might have the best wide receiving core in the NFL. Between Mike Evans, Abuka, and Godwin, even though Godwin's out right now, Abuka and Evans are – somebody in the chat name me two receiving core better than Mike Evans, a veteran, and Emeka Egbuka, the rookie. Please, somebody name me a better wide receiving core. Cooper Kupp and Jackson Smith-Njigba, that's close. That's close. Jackson Smith-Njigba is not Mike Evans. So I'm going to have to give the edge to Mike Evans. If you guys can, somebody jump in the chat. CeeDee Lamb and Pickens. Well, we just saw that CeeDee Lamb, the best receiver out of that group, out of the Cowboys, just cost them a game. I don't expect Mike Evans to cost them a game. Emeka Egbuka won them a game. So you guys tell me where I'm wrong. I have bias in this, but you tell me where I'm wrong, because I do believe that Emeka Egbuka, Mike Evans, is the best wide receiving core in the NFL. And then you guys to take that to your friends, take that to your chat group, and see what they have to say. And then you can give them the reasons I'm giving you right now as to why they are the best wide receiving core. And so the Buccaneers, and I think Baker Mayfield, again, they had a final drive. They had a drive. It was a back and forth game, and there was a 63-yard drive that won the game for the rookie in Emeka Egbuka. Caught the game-winning touchdown. So kudos to him. The Bengals and the Browns. The Browns, the Cincinnati Bengals got out of there as best they can with the W. Late field goal in the game lift them over the division rival in the AFC North. They always play tough games, but that game shouldn't have been that close. It should not have been a 1-point game, Cincinnati, Joe Burrow. We need to do better than that. But they got the win, so ultimately that's all that matters. Daniel Jones looked like Andrew Luck out there against the Miami Dolphins. I mean, the Miami Dolphins are pathetic. Fans, I've said this before. I try not to talk about the Dolphins because I don't want to bore the audience with the Dolphins, and I just have to slam them. I don't have anything good to say, and haven't had anything positive to say against the Dolphins for a couple years now. Tua did go on that run. He went on one run in his career that was very impressive. It was all pro caliber run. I think he actually made the Pro Bowl that season. But that was it. Yeah, one good year out of 5 years, and then you come out with that performance we saw on Sunday afternoon in Indy. If you follow the show for any amount of time, you know how I feel about Tua Tagovailoa. As much as I'm not a fan of his, I would like my Dolphins to win a game, to go on a win streak. Give me something to brag about. I don't expect them to make the playoffs this season, but give me something to be excited about. Give me something to talk about. Good. Have it go to the last game of the season before you guys are officially eliminated. They lose to the stinking Indianapolis Colts. The stinking Indianapolis Colts and the quarterback Daniel Jones, who really was brought in as a backup, but their starting quarterback sucks so bad. Daniel Jones gets in the game, and he comes in there and looking like Andrew Luck. Anthony Weaver, Mike McDaniel, Chris Greer, do better. Do better. We had also last week, just recapping all the games that went down last week. The Raiders beat the Patriots. I was surprised that Pete Carroll took his team all the way to New England and beat up the New England Patriots. Their defense held strong in the fourth quarter. Kept Drake down, didn't allow any huge plays, and they came out of there with a win. We'll see how the Raiders have a tough matchup against the Chargers this week, as I mentioned. We'll see how they bounce back. But right now, the Raiders are 1-0. Another surprise, well, not a really surprise, but the Cardinals beat the Saints. Kyler Murray is able to handle the pressure. Arizona's defense and special teams was a difference in this game, and they were able to pull out the win 20-13 against hapless Saints. Another good game turned out to be a good game. I had my eye on this game a little bit. It was an interesting game because not only did Aaron Rodgers play against the Jets, the team that he played for last year, but it was Justin Fields for the Jets quarterback going back to play the the Steelers, the team he played for last year. So there was a chance, and this was a nip and tuck game. The Steelers ended up pulling out 34-32 off of 4 touchdown passes from Aaron Rodgers, but it was a nip and tuck game, and that needed that fourth touchdown and a game-winning drive for the Steelers to pull it out. So we'll see how this season progresses, but I expected the Jets to be among the worst in the division, and they start off 0-1. And the Steelers, I don't have them being that impressive, but they put up 34 points. If they put up 34 points every week, they're going to be a tough out. We'll see if they can continue that streak, though. We'll see if they continue that streak. I'd like to know what you guys saw last week. What were your favorites or major takeaways from the football season, from week 1 of the NFL season? The Commanders beat the Giants. Austin Eckler had a good game, but the Commanders beat the Giants. They look sharp. They got a new line. They got defense. Now the Commanders probably 3rd and 4. I'm gonna have a supremacy list. We gotta wait a month before we put out our supremacy list. College football don't want to put out our rankings too soon. We'll give it a month, 4 games before you'll see our supremacy list. But just right now, you got to add the Commanders from the offseason moves that they made, the quarterback play that they expect to get and that they got in preseason and they got obviously in week 1. Commanders might be a top 5 team in the NFL. Jaguars and the Panthers. We saw Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence threw 2 touchdown passes that game. Travis Hunter caught 6 passes in that game, I think. He's only on defense for like 30% of the time. So maybe things change this week as they start game planning for different teams. I don't know if that's their process. I don't know, but just speculating. Maybe they do something different, and because Hunter didn't play all the defensive snaps, maybe he'll play the offensive snaps or more defensive snaps this coming week. The Broncos beat the Titans. Cam Ward, he had under 100 yards passing in his rookie debut. the Broncos they have one of the better defenses in the league, and they're going to be one of the more higher, even though they're going to score 20 points. They're going to be a high-scoring offense this season. I bet they'll be in the top 6 in scoring points this season. 49ers 17, Seahawks 13. 49ers come up here and go to Lumen Field, and Brock Purdy delivers a late clutch TD pass to Jake Tongans to seal the win for Seattle. It was a back-and-forth game. Sam Darnold had a chance to on a drive, but one of his linemen was pushed into him, and he wasn't able to hold on to the ball, causing a fumble. Niners pick it up, and that sealed the win. So we'll see how things change next week. Darnold will be a little bit better prepared for the pressure. We don't know. We'll see. The Lions lost to the Packers. Packers put up 27-13 on the Lions. Micah Parsons debuted. I don't want to say he was dominant, but the Lions defense or the Lions offense had no answer for the Packers defense, and so they were stifling them for most of the day and made the Lions look pedestrian, and Packers made them look like Super Bowl contenders. So we'll see. They're high up on the supremacy ranking as well. The Rams beat the Texans. Puka Nacua, he had a clutch touchdown in late to secure the wins, and we expect it's going to be curious. The Texans had your boy C.J. Stroud had a sophomore slump last year, and now they're off to an 0-1 start. They got to do some bouncing back. We'll see if they're able to bounce back this season. Sunday night, the Bills and the Ravens, 41-40. Ravens missed a field goal. That was a good game. It was a great back and forth game. I think these teams will meet again. I actually had the Ravens beating this one, but I like the way that this played out because now the Bills beat the Ravens. They have the tiebreaker if they need it for home field advantage. I expect both these two teams to be the best teams in the AFC, and I expect them to meet again. And now when they meet next time, there's going to be a jury on the line, and there's going to be a Super Bowl destination on the line. And I expect the Ravens just because they can't keep. They gave up a double-digit loss or double-digit lead to the Bills. That was the 17th time that they've had a double-digit lead going into the fourth quarter. And that is the type of statistic that gets you fired instantly. But because Harbaugh has clearly a good relationship with the franchise, Super Bowl winning coach, he's going to stick around a little bit. But that was 17 blown leads when leading in the second half. That's the kind of thing that makes you double think some decisions that you're making. If you're just blowing leads like that, come on, Harbaugh, come on, coach. But we know he's better than that, and so that he'll work to improve that. The Monday night finale, we saw the rookie J.J. McCarthy. He came back from down being against they were down against Chicago. He came back to win the game late in the fourth quarter, done something, scored 2 touchdowns in a come from behind win, something only Steve Young has done, which is very impressive as a rookie. I mean, he throws pick and then he settles down and comes back and win the game. He throws his pick 6, settle down, come back and win the game. Guys, that's impressive. I'm not sure what type of what games are you watching or what you want from your quarterback, but if your quarterback's able to come back in the fourth quarter, now granted, he does have the best wide receiver, not the wide receiving core, the best wide receiver in the game. He has a coach that believes in him and that has confidence in him. That makes it easy and not makes it easy, but allows him to perform in this environment. Make it easy for him to perform in this environment. So kudos to Kevin McConnell. kudos to JJ McCarthy. Not a lot of people thought they had it in you. Now you still got to go win 14 games because they won 14 games with you sitting on the bench. Now, if you come in and win 10, 11 games, that's kind of taking a step back, JJ. So you still got to go in there and win a whole bunch of games. But that was a good start for you Monday night against the Bears. And I know it was a hostile environment. You're playing in your hometown, et cetera, et cetera. But that was a good win for you, JJ. I was impressed. I was impressed with your performance on Sunday. How did you guys think Caleb Williams looked? Like, there was some things that I don't want to totally blame all on Caleb Williams, but Caleb Williams needs to get more comfortable in the pocket. I think that comes with reps, not trying to run around and always trying to make the big play. I think that hurts him. That's something that I expected that he'd kind of already worked through, but they didn't play training camp. Those things help in training camp. So it might take a little longer. We might be week 6 before we see what this duo, Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams could do. For my picks, fans, I had picks last week. No need to show you the picks, but I went 68%, 11 out of 16. The games I missed, I had Miami over the Colts. I had KC over the Chargers. I had New England over the Raiders. I also had Houston over the Rams, and I had Chicago over Minnesota. So all of those losses are attributed to my 68% winning percentage. Picks against the spread, only got one right. Again, this is just for my bragging against myself, but I only had one right. I love it. If you guys care to join the pick segment, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at _voiceofthefans on Twitter, at _voiceofthefans on Twitter, and just put pick segment. I will request your email so I can send you some picks and send you the form, and you can just update the spreadsheet every week. If you want to be a part of this pick segment and let the fans know, you can see where you stand and how you rate against my picks. Again, I had 68%, 11 out of 15, 11 out of 16 correct last week. It should be 11 out of 17, actually, right? Not 16 games. Yeah, it's 11 out of 16. I got it right. The picks against the spread, I had Miami. Again, I did have them beating, but I had them. They were getting a point, so I took Miami +1. I had Jacksonville -3, that one, and then the Chicago +1.5. So I only had one winner there, and that was the Jacksonville Jaguars. Got me the only W. Next week, fans. The games that we have next week are the Patriots play the Dolphins, Commanders play the Packers. That's a game of the week. Jaguars and the Bengals. Giants play the Cowboys. Bears play the Lions. That's another game. 2-0-1 teams. Neither team want to go 0-2 now. These are teams with playoff aspirations. So neither team want to go 0-2. So Bears Lions is going to be another game of the week. Rams Titans. 49ers Saints. Bills Jets. Seahawks Steelers. That is another game. The Steelers 1-0, Seahawks 0-1. That is another. I mean, the Seahawks don't really want to go 0-2. And the Steelers, I'm sure, would love to go 2-0 and beat the Seahawks. So this is a really good game here. The Browns play the Ravens. Broncos play the Colts. The little horsies that would. I'm not gonna watch that game. The Panthers play the Cardinals. I got the Cardinals winning the game. Eagles and Chiefs. That's game number one. Numero uno is Eagles versus the Chiefs. I got the Eagles winning this game. The Chiefs going 0-2. I know it's tough to swallow, but that's what I believe is going to happen. We got the Falcons and the Vikings, Buccaneers, Texans, Chargers, Raiders. So I got the Chargers beating the Raiders. I got the Bucks beating the Texans. I got the Vikings over the Falcons. I got the Eagles over the Chiefs. I got Cardinals over the Panthers. Denver over the Colts. Ravens over Browns. I got the Seahawks beating the Steelers. Seahawks beating the Steelers. Surprise, surprise. I got the Bills over the Chiefs, the Niners over the Saints, the Rams over the Titans, the Lions over the Bears. The Bears is going to go 2-0. I got the Cowboys over the Giants. Cowboys over the Giants. Giants is going to go 0-2. And I'm going Packers. I'm going Packers over the Commanders. And I'm going Miami over Patriots. Which games do you agree with? Which games do you not agree with? That's my picks for this week. You heard them here first. Do them with you will. I'm not telling you to vote, not encourage you to go bet. I'm telling you who I bet on. Fans. Ooh, what a bombshell story we have in the NBA. The NBA announced that they lost a formal probe into whether Clippers circumvented the salary cap rules via a $28 million endorsement deal between Kawhi Leonard and Aspirations, a now bankrupt company tied to owner Steve Ballmer. Commissioner Adam Silver emphasized today that due process, stating the league won't rush judgment, and has hired an outside law firm to conduct the investigation. What do you guys think of this? This is crazy. Not the circumvention, not that owners are trying to skirt the rules, not that players want more money. It's the confluence of circumstances. It's how they went about their business, and to actually leave a paper trail. You guys remember the movie Brewster's Millions, where he had 30 days to spend $30 million? That was the early 80s. I bring that up to say that these owners are playing with money like that. And so if Ballmer would have got to me, he probably would have paid, like he had people, reaching out to Kawhi, and the whole time that they were pursuing Kawhi before he came and signed with the Lakers in that 2019 season, or signed with the Clippers in that 2019 season. So Ballmer had contact and and communication with Kawhi prior to them signing. But he was definitely, that was the intent to get Kawhi. He had an all full-out press to get Kawhi. And then they traded Shai Alexander to the Oklahoma City Thunder for Paul George, who Kawhi wanted on the team. So it was clearly they were in cahoots, and they were helping out Kawhi get his dream, get to where he wanted to go, and achieve and make the money that he wanted to make and be in Southern California. So that's what Ballmer wanted. Ballmer focused on opening up a new stadium. So he certainly wants a superstar on a team to, welcome in that new stadium. Things just hadn't happened for Ballmer. The injuries. The Clippers have a host of bad luck over the last 5-6 years that preventing them from going further in the playoffs, whether it be health, whether it be the bubble, whether it be injuries and players just not wanting to stick around. That they went through all that kind of stuff. So it's very interesting. So we know Ballmer is committed to winning, and we're going to see how Ballmer accepts the punishment if one comes down from the NBA. It sounds like from what I read earlier, Commissioner David Stern emphasizes a due process, or not David Stern, Adam Silver, emphasized that due process is needed and that they're going to get it and they deserve it. So with that being said, it's understood. That goes without saying. Due process goes without saying. That's part of the legal arrangement that we have within the United States of America. You get due process whether you're found guilty or whether you're accused of something. Somebody telling on you, you get a chance to talk to lawyers, explain your side of the story. So he's saying that the NBA is going to embrace due process, stating that the league won't rush to judgment, and they hired an outside investigation group. Well, chances are they probably hired Adam Silver's cousins to handle the investigations. So are they going to come back and tell Adam Silver that there's a problem? Are they going to come back from the other owners? Are they going to go to the other owners and get a feel out the other owners? Are the other owners in the NBA willing to sit through discovery, find out their skeletons that they have in their closet? Probably not. Probably not. That's one of the things. That's one of the sticking points where I believe that there will be no punishment. There will be no punishment for the Los Angeles Clippers because you punish one guy and you punish the richest guy in the NBA. He's going to ask, or he's going to tell them to everybody else should be punished as well. And here's why. So I don't think the NBA, as weird as it sounds, I don't think Ballmer's going to get a punishment for this. I think they may tell somebody may end up being the fall guy, but I'm not quite sure who that is, because if they come at Ballmer the wrong way, he's going to go to court with them, and he has much money he doesn't have as much money as the NBA, but he has deep pockets that he can compete legally with the NBA. So it's going to be interesting to see how this thing transpires. What are you guys' thoughts on the story? Should there be a salary cap in the NBA? That's a whole nother topic, and something that we could talk about a whole nother time. But baseball doesn't have a hockey salary cap. Hockey does have a salary cap, and they have a salary floor. But that's a whole different program. Should the NBA have a salary cap? Anyway, they're making a lot of money. They expanded the global reach of the game. The players, then that's the best. Agency in all of sports, because now they get nearly 50% of the revenue generated dollars by the NBA. So Adam Silver waits for the owners. Do the owners want to open up their books and show what they've made, what they haven't made, what they got, what they don't got? Do the owners really want to do that? I'm not so sure. This thing we have a long way to go. This quote I gave you from Adam Silver was from today at the owners meeting or the governor's meeting in New York. Just going to be interesting. Something we're going to have to keep our eye on how things shake out. What's happening on the court is Cam Thomas got signed a 1-year deal, $6 million qualifying offer to stay with the Nets. Josh Giddey received $88 million from the Bulls. So we'll welcome Josh Giddey back to the Bulls and Cam Thomas to the Nets. Kudos to you guys. What are we going to talk about, fans? Fans, want to run down some history for you guys. Thank you once again for joining our the Voice of the Fans podcast. Something I like to do in the podcast is give you guys a little history lesson. Now, I'm no history buff, but I thought with this moment, if I can research some key moments in Black history to inspire some of the audience, that I would do that. And here's what I found. In September 5, 1859, Harriet Wilson's novel, Our Nig, is published. The first novel by an African American woman in the United States offered a rare firsthand account of free Black life in the North. That's Our Nig by Harriet Wilson. September 7, 1848, Frederick Douglass is elected as president of the National Black Political Convention in Cleveland, Ohio, reinforcing his leadership in Black political mobilization. Excuse me. September 4, 1962, New Orleans Catholic schools are integrated, marking a significant moment in desegregation of religious education institutions in the South. Was it really good for segregating religious schools? Aren't you guys supposed to be for everybody in various religions? Just a question. 1968, Arthur Ashe wins U.S. Open and becomes the first black man to win a Grand Slam singles title. His victory was a breakthrough moment for tennis and sports history. September 3rd, 1979, Robert Maynard becomes the first editor, publisher of the Oakland Tribune, making him the first African American to head a major daily newspaper. Those are some of the things that happened in American history there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, just wanted to share those events with you. Again, I think it's very critical that we understand the history, and then that we understand some of the things that happened in our past to bring us to where we are. So once again, thank you guys for tuning in to the Voice of the Fans podcast. The WNBA playoffs start on Sunday. They're competing with the NFL, which is kind of surprising, but the WNBA playoffs will start on Sunday. Who you got to win it all? Minnesota's been playing the best consistently all season long, the Minnesota Lynx. The Vegas Aces have won 15 straight, so they're pretty solid. And the New York Liberty, who won last year, I'm sure they would like to repeat. So there's a lot going on as far as WNBA. My phone's tripping. There's a lot going on as far as the WNBA. I would encourage you guys to tune into it. It's playoff time. It's very worth watching. Very well worth watching. I'm trying to see this the schedule of WNBA playoffs. I can't find it right now. But yeah, WNBA playoffs, man. The Storm has got in there. They just won their game last night to get in, which is very impressive. So they got a lot of good things going. I'm just intrigued to see how this matchup is going to go in the playoffs. But the Storm make the playoffs, so that's going to be great. I'm going to go with the Minnesota Lynx. They've been playing the best basketball, although the Aces are on a 15 straight win record. I'm gonna go with the Minnesota. I think they're deep, they're solid, and I think they're gonna win it all this year. They haven't won it in a while, so I got the Minnesota. And then once they win it all, they have 5 titles. I think that's the most in the W right there. So the Minnesota Lynx is going to be my pick for the WNBA championship. Who's your pick for the WNBA championship? Carl Schwarber hit his 50th homer of the season, solidifying his NBA MVP candidacy for the Phillies. Juan Soto become the first player to reach 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases in 2025. Cal Raleigh of the Mariners leads the MLB, Major League Baseball, in home runs with 53. He also has 128 hits and 113 RBIs this season, so he's doing it big in a lot of places. He's leading the Mariners. The Mariners are now 77-68. They have a 531 winning percentage, plus 36 differential, and they're 5 for 5 in the last 10 games. Only a game back. So kudos to the Mariners for getting it done. They're doing big things. The Mariners are, and again, led by Cal Raleigh, who's leading all the majors in home runs this year. We're having a remarkable season. Is Cal Raleigh the MVP? Is it Aaron Judge the MVP? Who you guys got down as the MVP? Because that's been a pretty tight race as well. That's been a pretty tight race as well. Aaron Judge has a 321 average, 442 on base percentage, only 44 home runs. So he leads the MLB in OPS. Kyle Raleigh set the major league home run record for catchers this season. He has batting 240, 349 OPS, 574 slugging percentage, 53 home runs. Now, Aaron Judge has a 7.9 F4. Raleigh has a 7.3 F4. Bobby Witt Jr. has a 6.5 F4. So it's going to be look like it's going to be Raleigh or Aaron Judge in the American League. Who do you take? Do you take the man with the more home runs or the better batting average and on-base percentage? I'm not sure where you go there. Raleigh's doing something truly incredible. In the National League, Shohei, 295 average, 39 home runs, 3.2 WAR. Still lead as a hitter and a pitcher. Juan Soto of the Padres, 30 home runs, 30 stolen bases, 930 OPS on base percentage. Crazy. Top 5 in WAR and OPS. Juan Soto is. Ronald Acuna Jr., 280, 35 stolen bases, 25 home runs. Who do you think is going to win it all? Look like Shohei is going to win it all, unless you want to give it to Soto. But look like Shohei is going to win that title right there, unless you got Shohei winning this all. Fans, I really appreciate you guys for tuning in to the Voice of the Fans podcast. Just want to give you guys some quick content here. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button if you really like what you're listening to. Please, in the chat, however you listen, H&B Media TV in the chat. Let me know how you're watching, absorbing the content. Are you listening to on a podcast? Are you going to work? Are you on the bus? Are you working out? How you listen to the podcast? Let me know. I like to know that. Shout out to everybody working double 2 jobs. I mean, doing what you have to do to make ends meet. That's kudos to you guys for getting it done. The quote I want to leave you guys with this week is, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." That's Miss Eleanor Roosevelt. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Are you dreaming? Do you dream? Do you have a dream that you're trying to attack, that you're trying to achieve? Hopefully you have some goals, and your dream, achieving your dream is one of the goals. Hopefully that's the case. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a great week. Great week of NFL. We got week 2 of the NFL. That's going to be awesome. We got Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford this weekend, fans. Saturday night, September 30th. Again, I'm salty I'm not in Vegas, but if you're not planning to watch this fight, you're not a boxing fan, number one. Number two, this is going to be an event, fan. You guys got to tune in. It's on Netflix. It costs you $7. You got to tune in. You got to tune into the fight. Saturday night, Canelo Alvarez taking on the challenger, Terrence Crawford, at 168. Terrence Crawford is moving up 2 weight classes. He beat down Earl Spence 2 years ago at 147. And now he's going up 20 pounds, 21 pounds more. Can he handle it? Is he going to be in danger? Is Canelo just going to pound him? But I doubt that Crawford is standing there and letting Canelo pound on him. Although there are training videos where he's done that and let his training buddies pound on him. I doubt he's going to allow Canelo to do that. So he's going to be the much faster guy. He's going to be the quicker guy. But can his weight, can his punching power carry? That's a big question. Can his punching power carry? Can he take the punishment from Canelo? Those are 2 major questions. I expect his punching power to carry. I expect him to be more dynamic in the ring. I expect him to be more not only elusive but dominate in the ring. Canelo at this age is taking a step back. I would suspect in the final round, final fights, that's what we have seen. I think Terrence Crawford is smart enough, wise enough, fast enough, skilled enough to take advantage of those holes in Canelo's game. I got I got Terrence Crawford winning this. I got Terrence Crawford winning this. I don't think it's going to be a knockout, but he's definitely going to win on points. I got Terrence Crawford winning on points. Who you got winning? Hit me up on Twitter @_voiceofthefans, @_voiceofthefans on Twitter. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been your man Cam. I'll holler at you guys soon. I'm probably going to send out my picks again, just in a summarized podcast, just a pick segment, just for everybody who didn't catch it tonight. So look for that over the weekend. Holler at your boy. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, thank you for making our voice your choice, just as my guy likes to say here. And this is how we're going.
Hey, Marcellus Smiley right here. Thank you for making our voice your choice. You know what I'm saying? Let me give me a beat, dog. Let me get something.
Holler at your dog.